Check out these Antler bottle openers. I'm going to show you how I made them. A few months ago I made a video on putting wood handles on these bottle openers, and I'll post a link to that. But one thing you can do to make sure that you made a nice straight cut on the antlers is if they stand straight up after you make your cut, then you know it's not, then you know that's a nice straight cut on the one end of the antler. And the length I want to cut these antlers will be the length of the handle to about 1/4 inch short of the lip. So I drew a line here straight across where I want where the handle to meet the antler, and so I just drew a line right here on the antler, and I'll go back over the bandsaw and cut both of these antlers to length. We need to find the middle of this antler so we can cut it in half. And I measured the diameter of this antler here at 0.88 inches. So now I need to dial this back to half of that, which is 0.44 right there. And then we can come back and measure it like this. And that should be the center point. I did go over the belt sander and smooth off the bottom of each one of these pieces because it's difficult to get an exactly straight cut on the bandsaw. But you can see here that I did get a pretty good straight cut here after I sanded it. So this is going to be my top, and this will be my bottom. So I'll have to designate this here as the top. The antler is ready to be glued to the bottle opener now. There's a couple things I do is I clamp one piece together first, and then come back the next day and clamp the other half of the antler on, because with the rounded edges of the antler, it's just too difficult to clamp both these together at the same time. Another thing to look out for is when you're putting your blank on, to make sure that it fits in the confines of your antler. Don't want any of the edges to be sticking out to the sides. But if both, in this case, the bottle opener on this one was just a little bit too wide for the blank, so I took it over to the belt sander and edged over the edges here on the bottle opener. But that's okay because that's not going to be exposed anyway. I'm going to go ahead and put the glue on just the one side of the bottle opener, and then we can put it on like so. And sort of eyeball it, make sure that everything's all within inside the blank, and then glue it. Then clamp it. And after you clamp it, it might move a little bit, but that's okay because you can still move the bottle opener around on here. I like to drill out the hole that's in the bottle opener. In order to do this, I like to use a wood backing, just so when the drill bit goes through the hole, it won't blow out the back end of the antler. Now that I have the hole drilled through this side of the blank and bottle opener, I can proceed to glue this piece onto here, and then once that dries, then I'll be able to complete the drilling of the hole through here. I glued the antler pieces to the bottle opener, and there's a couple more steps I need to do. One is to fill this hole here with a dowel, and the other thing is that you'll notice that when you glue the two pieces together, oftentimes there's a little bit of a gap here where the antler meets the bottle opener. And to fill that gap, I use the antler dust that I created when I was sawing the antlers. It's a very fine dust, just like even finer than sawdust. And I just fill that gap in with the sawdust and come back and seal it with super glue.
back into the antler. So I just pour some in here. Finish sealing the cracks on the bottle openers with the antler dust and super glue, and you can see that seals the cracks really nice all the way around. Now the only thing I have to do is put a plastic polish on them, and what I use is the Hut Ultra Gloss. And after I put the Ultra Gloss on there, I wax them up with the E Ultra Shine. Hey, finished buffing in the Ultra Gloss and the Easy Wax, and the coating really provided a beautiful shine and protective coating to the antlers. And the antler dust and super glue really concealed that joinery there, and it just blends right into the fabric of the antler. And yeah, this was a fairly easy project, and if you know of a deer hunter or a deer enthusiast, this would make a great gift, and it's a fairly easy project to do too. So thanks again for joining me on this project, and if you like it, give me a thumbs up, and you want to see some other content, and you can subscribe to my NC Woodworker channel, and I'll be on to the next project. So thanks again for joining me.